Hi. Heidi, Heidi, hi. I don't know if I'm working. Hold on, I'm coming back. Oh, there I am. Hi. I have no idea if I was on or not there. I did something. Hi. Right, I need to make this stand up so I can sit. Oh, I'll put it here. I can't see comments on this one though, so I need this here. There. Right. Sorted. Hi, Maureen. Hi, Helen. Hi, Joe. Hi, Jane. Hi, Sarah. Hi. Hi, anybody that I've missed. Right. Embossing powders. I do need one more thing that, of course, I left elsewhere. Oh, I had a bit of a thing. I decided I couldn't find white embossing powder. I did have a lunchbox full of white embossing powder. We'll move this to here. But of course, it's like safe. Like everything in my life. That's better there, isn't it? We can see better. Right. So, embossing powders. I've been saying for a while that I would do it. But I've never actually got round to doing it. I do need to move that because I'm not going to see. I've got too much stuff on my desk again. We'll move that to there. And then I'll kind of prop that there. Right, I can see. Yes. I didn't get to freeze any of the embossing powder, but I can talk you through that bit and kind of show you what it'd be like. It cracks better if you freeze it, but we'll get there. To start off with, I'm going to use the stencil, and I'm going to show with all the different embossing powders. You can get really, really thick, chunky embossing powders with mica flakes and things in. Different colours. You can get them with fur and things in. You can get them with glitter. You can get ones that are called mixed media embossing powders, which are basically your chunky embossing powders. Oh, I've got clear here. I didn't even know I had that. I literally turned everything upside down for clear. I have Tony's embossing powders, which are gorgeous. We'll save the messy stuff. Actually, I want an embossing folder. And I'm going to use this one because I haven't yet, because I found this when I was looking for safe stuff. This is the Frantic Floral from our Tony, and I'm just going to do it on a bit of journal paper. But what I've been using with the embossing powders is this as the sticky pigment, because it is a pigment ink. It is sticky, but it's unreal how juicy they are. And what I'm going to do is quickly emboss this. So I'm going to put this ink all over. It just wipes off. No bother. And then, oh, and by the way, in case anybody's new here, I'm Emma. I work for Tony Darrick, that is Stamps by Me. And I am Thirsty Brush. I bring things that are a little bit different, a little bit fun. My thing is colour. I do love colour. And I can't say that because it's fell over. I'll be professional next week. How does that sound? Stay. It's all right, Jane. I love you too. I don't even know what it was because I can't see properly. No. This isn't going to work. I'm moving this. I'm sorry, but I have to. It's driving us up the wall. It's taking up space. As much as I love it, it's going. Right. So I'm going to pop this through, and the ink, the sticky ink, will stay onto the paper. In theory, but the way my afternoon has gone, it might not. It all might just go totally wrong. So I'll quickly pop that through, and then I'll get the embossing powder as it's going through. And I'm going to just use clear on it. This clear. That's been next to us all along. Have you had a nice day? So basically all I've done is I've inked up the positive side of the embossing folder, maybe the negative. Anyway, it's the side with the engraved bit, not the raised bit. With the Stamps by Me white pigment ink, which is awesome. And all the bits that have been embossed won't end up with any embossing powder on them, because them bits haven't had any ink on. And then this is going to create a resist. I did this on the teddy, but I couldn't find the embossing powder then, so I've got a horrible feeling it's somewhere between here and Peterborough. And that's why I can't find it. Oh, I've spilt it and forgot something along those lines anyway. Who knows with me? So pop that back in, and then I've got the Wow heat tool. Any heat tool that you've got will do, but if you've got earphones in, brace yourself. Has everybody had a nice day while I'm on here? Catching up with myself. I don't know why I do this to myself, you know what I mean? I have 2 days between lives to get organised. I want to see if we can see it changing. With it being clear, I don't know if we will. Kind of, maybe. I'm going to keep an eye on the paper though. And then I'll show you exactly what I did with the one on Create and Craft, where I had the resist and then I watercoloured over the top, and it just looked absolutely fabulous. More so, I only did one layer of the clear embossing powder, and I didn't really look to see if I'd covered it all, so it had like patches of colouring as well, and it just looked so cool. And it's just something a bit different with stamping out an image and then doing the outline. Right, we'll see what we've got here. I don't think it's all covered. I don't even know if it's all dry. I don't think it's all covered. I think we can see some of it's still a bit bitty. Some of it's still powder. It just adds to the effect anyway. That'll do. And then all I did was I took some of the watercolours, my watercolours of course. Have you seen the state of them now? They've been near us for longer than 5 minutes. I need a big brush. We'll use this one because it's next to us. And this is all I literally did with it. And you can see the resist, and it looks honestly so cool. So I did like an ombre, I did the pink, and then I went into the orange. I sort of blended them. So it's all just different techniques using what you've got. And then we'll go into the yellow. Also this week I have learned how to edit. I'm not getting comments. I think it might be my phone. I was blaming Facebook, but I think it's my phone. And there we go, and you can see where it's starting to resist. And when that dries, you can just wipe them bits away. I'll grab a tissue though and show. See in the middle here where it's been and around the edges. So really, it's only really the frame that'll show up, but all this you can see just how bitty it is. But if you've wanted it really covered, you could absolutely keep putting the layers on, and you would make sure that you had even more in your embossing folder. Oh, let's see what's going on. Oh no, I just haven't. Oh, there's loads of comments. Hi. I just hadn't scrolled up. Hi, Michael. I'm so sorry. One day I will. Hi, Gemma. Hi, everybody. I hadn't scrolled up. Honestly, it's not my day-to-day for technology or cleaning or anything. I did have a brownie though, so maybe it's just sugar. So that is the first one. Again, you can change completely how it looks by adding an extra layer, making sure that you've got more ink on the embossing folder, or even just use the sticky ink. I prefer this because it looks a little bit grungy, but not with the neon. But I mean, you can do any colour if you don't want it neon. And whatever, that's fell off. That's me ruby. I'm going to turn it into a necklace eventually, at some point. The next thing is you can do it on die cuts and MDF. This is the Mad Hatter's MDF. It's lovely. I absolutely love Mad Hatter's MDF. I used to demonstrate for it before I started the Thirsty Brush, and honestly, I love her. And then I thought, because we've got absolutely loads and loads of them, this one here for the butterfly, it's called Poppin' Pink, and this one's the Wow Powder. But what we can do is ombre it so it can have half pink. Pop that there. And should we do some glitter at the top? Oops. Missed it. I absolutely love the resist look. Honestly, I do. My phone keeps jumping down. Oh, I don't like technology today. I think this one's called Emerald Fitzgerald. Do you know what it is? Most of Tony's embossing powders I've renamed. It's so bad. She hasn't actually said anything either. I think she's just thinking, I just leave her to it. Honestly, it's safer. Oh, there we go. Think of it as more of a tool embossing powder, not just for stamping and doing an outline. I mean, you've seen them in the molds and things like that with the Wow powders. I haven't got any foil trays, or I was going to do that. But also, the winners I put up last week, I haven't sent you anything yet because I didn't go near the post office today, but I will, I promise. So again, it just takes a little bit longer to heat up with it being on MDF. But if you do it while it's still hot and go straight over the top with clear, it kind of makes it stand up more. If you don't want to use all your colours, you can do it again with the colours if you want, but I think clear, it gives you the shine and it sticks to it, you see, even though, because the embossing powder's still being hot. But you can always just go back over with your clear ink pad. I need a new clear ink pad, that's why I started using the white. But I think on the MDF and the die cuts and things, the white really helps it become more vibrant. Before that, I used to gesso the MDF and things, so it was brighter. But again, you can use any pigment ink that you want. And look how cool that is. Isn't it just lovely? And that, what you could do is you could stick this down on to a card or something like that, and then you could do the embossing powder with the in the Wow little cups and pour it in each of these, and then just colour the butterfly black with a black pen or something afterwards, so you could have all these filled up with your embossing powders. It is unreal what you can do with embossing powders. Next, for mixed media, I am going to do it on here because I want to use it. I'm going to take one of Tony's. Oh, I don't want to use my new one. Actually, I will. And this is just a modelling paste. This is the Stamperia one, but use whatever. And I'm going to take one of Tony's so we can see more of it. I'm just going to spread this. This is just texture paste over the top. And it can be it can be clear texture paste, it can be whatever you want it to be. Pop that in there. And before it dries, I mean, it looks pretty cool now, but before it dries, I'm going to pop over, which one? Seth Apter, because I love Seth. Absolutely love Seth Apter's work. He's a mixed media artist in New York. He did his ink sprays. And even though it's gone in between some of them, don't overthink it. Just trust the process. I'll have some of that. And then let's go with this one, the purple, just to be different. So this is another one. This one's a Sizzix one. No, it's not. It's a Ranger one. Sizzix do some though. Yeah, this is Ranger, this one. And this one is a chunky. This one's called Mixed Media. but I want to show you the different colours as it goes through. I mean, that looks cool already, doesn't it? Oops. As you can see, I've got quite a collection of embossing powder as well. I've been collecting stuff for a long, long time. I'm really pleased it's helped me because, do you know, sometimes when I come in the lives, I think, I do really think, I don't know what phrase to use without sounding. I feel like sometimes I'm just telling you what you already know. Hiya, Kelly. Looking forward to stamping again. Are you going, Gemma? I say I'm going to be demoing, but I mostly chat and shop. But yes, for work purposes, I am demonstrating. I'll be there, please. So this one, I don't know if we'll get closer. If you watch how the beads in it change, wow, do a lot of chunky embossing powders as well, and they're lovely, absolutely lovely. But of course, because everything's safe, I'd never find nothing. But this kind of thing, they've got different colours in. But with the texture powder, it smokes from the back. It kind of bubbles the texture paste as well. You see that? So you're getting a double whammy. But it's also drying your texture paste uber fast. Let's see how cool this is. And you don't have to cover all the texture paste. You can see this bit here with the white still on. It's absolutely epic. And there we go. How cool is that? And that is a background. I mean, you could just build it up with some vintage trinkets. You can pop a butterfly on top of it. You could have like a strip of newspaper up the middle and then a couple of other bits. You can have that on. And there's a card. You would just need a sentiment. So that is that one. Let's clear some of my mess away. But if you've only got clear embossing powder, I do want to show you this. I got these mica powders from a place. These are neon ones. These are from a company called Supply Studios on Etsy. What colour should we do? You can pick. Shout out the colour. They do molds. They do loads of different stuff. But these, I haven't seen them anywhere else. They are a matte mica powder. No, definitely not, Jane. Absolutely not. Not at all. See, that's the thing as well, isn't it, Jane? You would never know everything. Ever. I wish I did. Purple? I've also got these ones as well. I think they're the same, actually. We'll do this purple because it's the same. Oops. That one's gone forever. That's true. That's true. We'll do all in. And even if it's just one little thing, and it's keeping me company. So use a little spoon or whatever you want. I'm going to put quite a bit of this in there because I do have 2 lots. Actually, I think that might be a bit light. I'll put some of the other one in as well. So if you've got mica powders or the indigo blue. Oh, I'm so sorry. That was dreadful. The indigo blue ones work. How you heap of that? It is darker. We're going to have 2-tone here. And you can change the colour of your clear mica powders because it acts like a glue. On Etsy, it's Supply Studio. She was very lovely, the girl. I've getting molds and things off her. If you see my video on Facebook today, that's where I got that Tricket box, which apparently is now Tricket. Who knew? But look at that, I've got the most lovely purple. And let's just stamp it out and see. Again, this, I never owned one of these, mind, until I watched Tony embossing. Look at how much is in there. Now, it's complete game changer because now sometimes I do actually stamp and some fingers. I do actually stamp and then emboss. I don't know where my stamp's gone. I had it. I'm pretty sure a lot of people watch me in absolute despair. That's not a stamp, Emma. Hang on, found some. I've located some. 2 seconds, I'll use 2 hands before I break everything. shall we go with these ones? I'm not getting the Eureka out because that would be sensible. I'll do this one. I am going to use the white again. I'm telling you why I'm using the white for pretty much everything. Because this is years old and I don't even think it's sticky anymore. So I need a new one. I did own a WOW one, but again, I lost it on my travels to Telly and back. So I've used that, and then we're going to pop this down, which will be absolutely perfect because it's a thirsty brush stamp. There we go. And this could be a shiny mica powder, anyone, but look at that. Your very own, whatever colour you need. You thought it was me spelling? No, I thought it was Trinket. Apparently it's Trinket. I've called it Trinket Box forever. The same as Elastoplast and Elastoplaster. Somebody's told us a fib. Oh, watch it change, how much brighter it gets as well. And if I'd added even more, it would have been even brighter. Oh, I love it. Absolutely love this colour. And then you can have the neon powders and have neon embossing powders to match your paints. How cool is that? That'll just come off. But I love that you can sort of do your own thing with them. Another thing you can do is, I did find this accidentally by mistake. It was like a happy accident. I don't know if anybody else has ever done it, but I'm going to use the Distress Oxide. I think you do have to be quick though. And then I'll put quite a thick layer down. And I'm just going to use the clear for this. Or maybe it's even the purple again. And I haven't done the powder thing. I don't know why. There's no excuse. I was going to do it. Oh, what am I using? I'm saying you have to be quick for it. I can't find what I'm using. This one. So this is clear, not the purple one because I panicked. But in theory, what I did was I dried it. Like I say, I've had loads of happy accidents because I never know what I'm doing until I'm actually doing it. But then I took a water spray and the colour kind of moves. If you're even quicker, it moves even more. So if you leave that for a bit, it'll start leaching the colour out. Because the oxide is a hybrid ink, so it's a pigment and a dye, one of them dries completely whilst the other one comes out. And we'll see the blue. The quicker you work, the better. Even if you stamp a couple of times, so in your Eureka would be ideal for this. Stamp it a couple of times so you've got a good thick layer. But you can see it coming out more and more. And we'll see. I don't know if we can very good. It's honestly, it's such a cool thing. And experiment with different things. I'm just going to take it off now because I'm putting it over here. It's just cool. I just think the whole world of craft is just so much better than anybody can ever realise. On your things like your chipboards and things like that, you know, the Stamperia ones or the Tim Holtz ones, and you get your chipboard like this, or your die cuts. What you can do is, I'm going to try the clear ink. Keep everything crossed. I'll put plenty on. I'll try to. Might work, might not, but we're just going in with clear again, especially if you've got a clock. Right, hopefully that'll be enough. Again with the clear. If you've got things like the Tim Holtz embossing powders, they are very, very, very clear. Oh, it has, it's stuck. They are very, very clear. So what you can do is sort of add like an aged, like antique whatever it's called, or your, hang on, let's think of the names. Not the really dark browns, the antique linen or your walnut stain. You could add them over the top and do the same effect. Yes, Marion is the queen of embossing powder. That woman is just amazing. So this one, what I'm going to do is, we're pretending this is a clock. And then what I'm going to do is go straight back over, and I'm going to do a few layers of this. And then this is what I would normally put in the freezer, especially if it's a clock or a horse or something. And again, this can be done on something thinner. It doesn't have to be a card. Turn that off, Emma. And then I'm just going to, so it doesn't go all over, just in places. I just want it to be thick in some places and not so much in others. Because it's still hot, it takes seconds. So if you don't want to do anything else with it, then you've got like a triple thick embossed. I'm going to put that to one side till it cools down. I would usually put it in the freezer just for like a minute, like 5 minutes at most, really. Or if you forget, just let it warm up a smidge when it comes out. Yeah, Marion is the queen. She's wow, isn't she? She's just wow, basically. It's what it says on the tin. Again, what you can do is if you've got keys with you, or anything with you, what's it called? I want to say a cabochon, or your jewellery things, and they've got like a blank space with a frame. You can fill that with embossing powder as you normally would. And you can do your triple thick and then stamp into it, which I'll do right now. What I'm going to do is that. It'll not be all over in the right place. But this is great for a focal point. And then you can sort of tear around it. Make it really, really bitty and iffy. And I'm going to go in with this. It's called Genteel and it's wow. And it's got bits of black and bits of white and bits of sparkly in it. And just pop it wherever. Ooh, Emma, made a mess. And look at that. Isn't that just awesome? And then again, if you want to heat from the bottom, you can. If you want to hear, you know, the dragon eye. That's what I'm going to so that, and I like the fact that it leaves some bits like flies off in these set as well. So again, whilst it's still hot, and don't overthink this because you can always reheat like that. And then I'm going to go back in again, put some more on, and then take it off because the heat tool does blow it everywhere. You don't want to waste it. So if you do this and your stamp isn't ready for the next part, what you can do is just reheat it and it'll melt again. And if you stamp wrong, you can just reheat it and re-stamp because it'll sort of melt the stamp shape back out. I think I've just overheated that, but it's fine. And then back in again. And take it off, and then when it gets to the second, third or fourth coat, I switch to clear again, and then you're not wasting too much of your colour. When I first went on creating crafts and I did this, I actually, instead of ultra thick embossing, UTE, I was talking for ages about UTIs, and I thought that ultra thick embossing, the chunky powders are amazing. Right, and then one last coat of the clear. And then just pop this down if you're not ready for your stamp or whatever. Don't worry about it. You do not have to move as fast as you think. And then if I had gold, I would have used gold, but I don't, so I'm going to use black. You can use your clear if you want, or you can use a black, or you can use a colour. You can do whatever you want, because again, if this is white and you want to stamp into it with a colour, do it. Try it. See how it works. I haven't got my ink stamp, the ink pads next to us, you know, the deco ones. They are absolutely amazing for this. I'm going to heat it up again. And I'm going to stamp straight into it, and absolutely do that with these stamps as well, because of what they're made out of. Tony did tell us, but you know, it's very technical. Hang on, I'm not seeing comments again. And just leave it a second while I fix this. There we are. And lift it off. And how cool is that? And if that was in gold, it would show up a lot more, but I love that. But again, all is not lost because of the amount of detail in this. Oh, I've just set my hoover away. You can use this here, my little stamps by my hoover. I had it ready to get all the bits of embossing off. Afterwards, I've just severed off because I knocked it. Right, again with the wax. So if you've got waxes and things, go over the top. And I'll lift it up. And you're still going to have the cool stamped image, but you can sort of bring out even more detail. Can you see? And then, so if you do it in pink and then emboss in black, use the black ink, and then you can bring it to life and make it really vintage. It all depends on what you're using. There's loads of stuff you can do. Loads and loads of stuff. Right, back to this. You might not see it as much, but no, I need another coat of it on. We'll do it with the ultra thick. You can crack it. And it usually, oh, there, hold on. I don't know how well you'll see it. This bit's cracking. See, this is why the freeze is good, because you get a much better crack. It has cracked here. Hold on, I know what I'm going to do to show the crack off. I need a really dark watercolour, so I can put it on and wipe it back. Should we try with the blue? Yeah, the blue. I'll put it over, and this will go in the cracks. And you can do this once it's cracked properly as well. And we'll see. There, you can see where it's cracked a little bit there. And you're getting these cracks, and it looks really aged and old. It won't crack. The freezer makes it crack much better, and you can even put more layers on as well and get more cracks. So imagine that on a clock face. And then you crack it, and then you go over with your dark ink and then wipe it back, and you're going to get these absolutely amazing effects. But I'm never organised. One day I will be, and you'll all get the shock of your life. It's so far we've stamped it, we've done the embossing, we've done, so we have done the ultra thick, we have changed the colours of the embossing powder with these micas as well in resin. Oh my gosh, even if you mix them with your gesso as well, you get an acrylic based paint. We have done the embossing folder resist. Again, you can take that as far as you want. You don't just have to have it a little bit. Then we have inked that up and let the ink spread. Again, having the Eureka to get a good layer up of ink would be even better. Yeah, if you put it in the freezer, you get a much better crack, but my freezer is in the other room, and quite frankly, I'm chanced to pull the door off or something the way my days go. So you'll just have to take me word for it. I will do it though, and I'll pop a picture up or I'll do a video, because now I can edit them. Be prepared for a lot of videos popping up now I know how to edit. The one I put up the other day, I did ages ago. The box is a recent one. I got excited about that. I've got 2 more ready to go, which I've edited. And I've got even more that I've done. I've just been collecting them, but I never knew how to edit them. So there'll be lots of them popping up. And they will be speeded up because I don't know what to say. Sitting talking to myself, I'm never very good at that. Have a die set that will make... Oh my gosh, Diane. If you're on Facebook, please join the group. Emma's Happy Place, and show us, because that sounds absolutely amazing. Over the embossing powder, over the texture paste, you can also do it with a gel medium. I do want to show this before we go, and I want to pick a nice bright, or we'll use this one. This one's the Tim Hortons's Picked Raspberry. No, I was saying about them being clear. I haven't got the blue one. What you can do as well is just water, flick your paper, and then you're going to get like water droplets. Pop it straight on. It won't be perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but even if you've got like a clear, that there, and you get this drip effect with it. So this is water, and then heat it fast. You don't want it to dry because it will just come off. And the water dries away, and then the embossing powder sticks, so you can do these awesome rays like water drop effects. So obviously you've got to dry the water first, so it takes a little bit. See, that one's moving a little bit. Oh, that one might be cool. There, that one's coming off. So imagine this is like a glittery, I should have done glittery blue, shouldn't I? So it looks like water splashes. But that's a really cool effect. And then again, if you're doing mixed media with and you raised up in your MDF and you're building it all up and things. Oh, I'm burning that now. Remember to move your paper. So there we go. The burnt effect, the splash effect. I'm trying to think if there's anything more, again with the unorganised bit, that I can think off the top of my head. But I think, anyway, I think that might be enough. I don't want to overload you too much, but that's just a few ideas that I like to use them for. Again, you can stamp and emboss over the images and use it as a resist when you watercolour and things. That's very, very useful if you go out the lines and things and you don't want to. You can use your embossing pens and things to do like your doodly outline. I don't think I've got an embossing pen. A quickie glue pen might work the same, I don't know. You can put it into PVA glue as well. That works. The glue bubbles as well, so it gives a really cool effect. Onto tape, you can put it onto tape. Again, it has to be a heat-proof tape. I don't know if this red liner tape is, but we'll give it a go. Give it a quick go, why not? It does have to be a heat-proof tape though. Can you remember when I tried to do it on the bigger sheets and I just totally melted it? Let's use this one. This is called Oxide Silver. I don't actually know if you can get this anymore. I've had this one for about 100 years. It's got mica flakes and things in. So onto tape. Also, I did not know that embossing powders can go off. So use them. And again, this is on the tape. If the tape starts to melt, then it's not heat proof, but it kind of shows you what I meant. Oh, I think it's all right, the red liner tape. I think if you did it for too long, it would. But I mean, look how cool that is. It's a different kind of sort of washy tape, borders and things. Just be careful about things melting when you're trying it on them. The jewellery bit, but definitely check Wow Powders out on here, because she is just an absolute genius when it comes to embossing powders. But yes, I think that I'm going to stop there and not risk anything going wrong. Like I say, today's been a day. It's been fun, if nothing else. But thank you so much. Keep watching out for the videos I put on. Eventually, I do get through all the social medias and add them all. Leave your comments and things, and have a lovely week. I will. Yeah, I didn't know they went off. Jane, yes, I do. If you email Stamps by Me and just tell them it's off Emma's YouTube, could you send her my address? That's the easiest way to do it, because I don't know how the rules are for sending. I don't know how the rules are for putting stuff on here or anything like that, and there's no way to private message. But definitely message Stamps by Me. Just explain it's off my YouTube. You've won a giveaway. Will you send Emma your address? That's perfect. I'm going to breathe now. I've talked so much. I will see you Sunday for the Colour Our World. And yes, thank you so much. I've enjoyed it. I do enjoy playing like this. Trying to think of anything else I need to add. Port Sunlight next weekend. Whoop, whoop. Can't wait. Is anybody going? I'm so excited. And yes, lots of love. Good night. Have a lovely rest of the week, and I will see you Sunday. Thank you very much, you lovely lot. Also, Shay. Thank you. Bye.